At that very moment, Gen Z won. Their relentless protest forced a change in government. In a virtual meeting lasting nearly 4 hours, members of the Gen Z movement accepted former Chief Justice Sushila Karki as the interim leader. Nepal is also witnessing a Bangladesh-style power shift with a civilian-led interim government. Sushila Karki was the first and only woman justice of Nepal. In 2017, Karki was suspended just before her retirement after two political parties in the ruling coalition filed an impeachment motion against her. The parties accused the former Chief Justice of delivering biased verdicts and interfering in the executive's jurisdiction. Now unaffiliated with any political party, Karki has been chosen as an interim leader to ensure the neutrality during negotiations. She will lead Nepal until a legitimate successor government can be formed through elections. So who will be the future leader of Nepal? Amid the escalating chaos, the Nepal army has spoken out. It urged citizens to show restraint and warned against anarchy. The army has pledged to protect the nation's sovereignty, heritage, and public property. Currently, the army and other security forces are in control of the streets of Nepal, but their role is limited to maintaining law and order and not running the government. Under Nepal's constitution, Article 267 allows the military deployment in two cases. Clause 4 for development work or disaster relief. Clause 6 during rebellion, external threats or major unrest with top-level approval. The current deployment of army troops aligns with Clause 6 of Article 267. But for now, the army insists it's only handling security and not governing Nepal. The political chaos in Nepal has revived calls for the return of monarchy. Frustrated with the current crisis, will Nepal now turn to King Gyanendra, who was once deposed by this very land? The monarchy was abolished in 2008 when Gyanendra was forced to step down after mass protests against his direct rule. He was accused of dissolving parliament, jailing politicians, and even using the army to govern. Nearly 2 decades after the fall, Nepal is staring down a familiar dark lane. Will democracy's failure push the nation to bring a king back to the throne? The fall of the Nepal government has put the spotlight on the Prime Minister's chair. With PM Oli forced to resign amid violent protests, who could possibly be the next Prime Minister? After a massive showdown with the government, the Gen Z of Nepal only want a leader who can understand their pain. Kathmandu Mayor Balendra Shah may be that leader. Once a rapper who slammed leaders as thieves looting the country, he is now Nepal's first independent mayor and a rising political force. At just 33, Balen's victory in 2022 shook Nepal. He has emerged as a symbol of Gen Z's frustration and hope by consistently voicing support for the youth on the streets. As the crisis deepens, calls are growing for Balen to take the top job as Nepal's next Prime Minister. Rabi Lamichhane first garnered fame as Nepal's most daring TV journalist for grilling corrupt leaders live on air and even setting a Guinness World Record for a 62-hour-long talk show. In 2022, he quit television and founded the Rashtriya Swatantra Party, which stunned Nepal politics by winning 20 seats. Lamichhane rose quickly, becoming Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister. But his career had been clouded by scandals, from citizenship disputes to corruption and fraud cases. In April 2025, he landed in jail over a revived cooperative fraud case. Yet, when protests erupted, demonstrators stormed his prison and freed him. Today, despite controversy, Rabi Lamichhane remains a youth icon seen as the outsider who dared to take on Nepal's political elite. former Prime Ministers of Nepal, Sher Bahadur Deuba and Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda, remain strong contenders for the top post. Deuba's Nepali Congress holds 88 seats, the largest bloc in parliament, while Prachanda's Maoist Centre is a key force in coalition politics. But the protests have changed the equation. Demonstrators vandalized Deuba's home, attacked his wife, and even targeted Prachanda's residence. For Nepal's angry Gen Z, both leaders symbolize the old order, not the solution to the current crisis. As Nepal spirals into chaos, a coalition-led caretaker government will be set up until fresh elections. In nearly 30 years, no Nepali government has completed a full 5-year term. This chronic instability has left the youth frustrated. Even before the current protests, 2023 saw anger spill onto social media, the streets, and the ballot box. So will the Gen Z protests bring real change, or will Nepal remain trapped in the cycle of democratic failure?
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.